Assalamualaikum and hello all. My name is Iman Shakir bin Ibrahim. So today I want to present about my comic strip about the harmful algae bloom occurrence with Jeb and Sarah. In this episode of Bloom, there are two main characters involved which are Jeb and Sarah. In a peaceful morning before they start working, there is a conversation between two colleagues which are Sarah and Jeb. First of all, Jeb told Sarah that he just read an article about the algae bloom, but he's still curious about the phenomena. Then he asked Sarah if she know about it. Then Sarah answered, she know about it since her philosophy study is on that branch. Then Jeb tells Sarah that harmful algae bloom is an environmental problem that need proper solution. Later, Sarah answered him with yes, but she warned him that algae bloom also can affect all the organisms, include us. She also explained that an algae bloom contains foul-smelling scum, foam, froth, depending on the form of algae and bacteria that can cause it. Later, Jeb seemed more curious and asked Sarah to tell more about the harmful algae bloom. Luckily, Sarah agreed to explain all to Jeb. First of all, Sarah explained what is harmful algae bloom in general. Basically, an algae bloom is the overgrowth of microscopic algae or algae-like bacteria in fresh, salt, or brackish water. Harmful algae bloom are common occurrences that can extend through coastal area or estuaries. Warmer water or water that rich in nutrients like nitrogen and phosphorus and iron can be the catalyst for the algae to grow very quickly. It can release a bad odor to the environment. Next, Jeb asked Sarah what is the impact toward the wildlife and society from the occurrence of harmful algae bloom. Then Sarah tells him that for the wildlife, harmful algae bloom will affect the central nervous system of marine organisms. Next, it also can make a clogging in fish gill, later increase the fish mortality. Lastly, it can limit the oxygen and sunlight supply to the marine organism since the bloom cover the surface water and block the sunlight from penetrating to the deep ocean. Next, for the society, Sarah tells Jeb that it will make humans more exposed to paralytic shellfish poisoning, PSP. It is because if humans consume the shellfish that contaminate with cecitoxin, it will make the higher possibility to human to contaminate with PSP. Next, in the tourism sector, it also will damage the coastal beautiful landscape. And lastly, it can give the substantial losses, especially fishery sector and coastal community, since most of the fish will die because of harmful algae bloom. After that, Jeb became more interesting and asked the opinion from Sarah because the occurrence of harmful algae bloom. So basically, what Jeb asked is, in your opinion, is the bloom beneficial or detrimental? And Sarah answered, both. Algae bloom can be both beneficial or detrimental. It is because for the beneficial, the algae bloom can be used as bioindicator in environmental changes because it shows the changes in environment. Next, it also can be the base of the food chain. So basically, we know that phytoplankton can be the producer, the marine producer for all marine organisms in the ocean. So for the detrimental, it is because the harmful algae bloom will affect the breathing process for the marine organism. Next, it will also make sunlight block from penetrating to the ocean water. Lastly, because he heard the consequences of harmful algal bloom, so Jeb asked Sarah how to prevent HAB, or there will be the mitigation plan. So Sarah tells him that many ways that we can do to prevent harmful algal bloom, including the introducing the uses of phosphorus-free fertilizer and detergent in the community. Next, we can establish an efficient sentinel monitoring system for harmful algal bloom and contaminating shellfish. So from there, we can see the changes of ocean condition in the future. Next, we also can establish a proper landscaping strategy to increase the nutrient filtration process. So basically, we can plant some plant 3 or 4 meter from the waterways so that the plant can be the natural filter that can filter the excessive nutrient. Next, we also can promote the health promotion activity awareness to the community. Next, market surveillance by the fisheries department need to be organized urgently. And lastly, we also can develop a tool to predict the upcoming event that will happen in the future. I think this is the end of this session about two characters that discussing this recent issue that need proper solution. This is a serious matter that we need to overcome. I think that's all from me. Thank you and Assalamualaikum.